Hello, and welcome to October. This is Behavior Bits, and I'm Tara Yarberry, a board-certified behavior analyst with Butte County, SELPA. So this month, I had originally noted that we were going to do Behavior Bits about student engagement, but about 3 weeks ago, I had a lot of referrals rolling in from staff supporting parents and families in distance learning, or from parents themselves that I've worked with or that heard, that I am able to support students and their supports, like parents and staff, in the behavioral realm. And so I thought, I'm going to put this on pause. I think I might know what's going on here. When I first started working in schools a few years ago, I was informed that there is a thing called the October Slump, which in a way baffled me because October has my favorite holiday, Halloween. It has my birthday in it. And so and it's got pumpkins. Like, I am a fan of October, but there is this thing between Labor Day and Thanksgiving break where it's a lot of school and not a lot of holidays happening. So I thought instead I would shift gears and spend October Behavior Bits talking about a 3x3 strategy. So it's 3 bits by 3 bits. We're going to mostly focus on the 3 steps that I list here: expectations, activity, and acknowledgement. But we're going to think about and be mindful of the context within what these 3 steps happen in, which is usually in a routine or a schedule. So those 3 topics: the past, what you've just done or how you're feeling or what your day's been like so far, with now, where you're at trying to engage in these 3 steps, and the future, what you got to do still, what's next, what kinds of things are happening later on. We're going to be mindful of those 3 topics, but I'm really going to emphasize and focus on these 3 steps. And I see I need to move myself. So one thing that is a little bit of an overarching, just fun phrase. I don't literally mean to be super fake, but there is a level of fake it till you make it that I think every educator and parent or care provider, a person that's helping support students as they go through distance learning, I think there's a little bit of fake it till you make it that you can really empathize with and understand here that I'm going to go over, which is no matter what, when I'm having a bad day or when I'm letting it show that I'm frustrated or tired, not feeling, up to par, my kid really feels that. And the kids that I'm around and the staff that I'm working with, we all can really feel that off of each other, even in a virtual context, which is crazy. So just be thinking about that as you move through these 3 steps, that bringing that energy, bringing that positivity, even if it feels a little fake, can help get through this and in a meaningful way, and can help bring those genuine quality moments to it. The first thing that I want everybody to think about is just reliving the expectation and schedule. If you work in social emotional learning, you'll see that these 3 steps really mirror the 3, I think they're called like principal strategies in social emotional learning, which is, an intro, meaningful, engaging activities, and an outro. And so those things are exactly what this is. I'm going to use the example of story time with my son, and I'm going to go through these as if I'm rolling you through story time. So just for the bigger context, past, present, future, PJs and bath time happen right before story time, and right after story time is bedtime. So it can be kind of an emotional time because it is at the very end of the day. So I'm going to remind him, PJs are on, now it's story time. So I'm going to get us into the present. I'm going to move out of that. We were doing PJs, now we're in the present here. That's in our past. Let's talk about what those rules are. We already established these rules, so I might not say them every time. If it's a new thing, I am going to say it every time. But I might ask him what the rules are, or I might just quickly offer up the rules: calm body, quiet body, and eyes on the book. I'm also going to let him know how we're moving into the future in this short little intro. I'm going to read first, and then it's your turn, right, dude? I got 2 books. So then I'm going to genuinely engage with the activity, and that's why this fake it where you make till you make it is a little bit in the middle. That's why it's there, because this can be hard. But I know that when we all are able to find those pockets of joy, those bits and pieces that are really good and nice about even the most monotonous tasks and activities, we can find that gratitude morsel within it. That helps us make it through things that are even obligatory or less preferred, and that can really help us get out of it and come out of it in a better place. So I'm going to try to genuinely engage. I'm tired. I've had a long day. I'm hitting my October slump. But I'm going to give kudos for every time I do see, or a couple of times that I do see him engaging in those expectations. Hey, thanks for that quiet body. I really appreciate that. And then I'm going to give him reminders if he is what we call squirreling out. He oftentimes will just start flipping and moving stuff around and grabbing things. And so, hey, remember, keep your eyes on the book, bud. And I might then also remind him, hey, so first I'm going to finish these 2 books and then you get to read them next. So I thought about in my outro, or how I'm going to leave this, my third step of this activity is I'm going to try to find a way to either add a break or a reward or something of the like. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes it's a transition to something else. But if you can, that's a great outro to give. I'm going to remind, when I'm done with those 2 books, I'm going to say, hey, I'm done. Guess what? Awesome. It's your turn. You did such a great job with a calm, quiet body and your eyes on the book that I'm energizing this delivery of the reward. I'm going to totally be amped up to watch you read your next book. And it's still bedtime, so my energy is not going to be like jumping around, screaming. But I am going to add some energy to it because, hey, it's exciting. I'm done with this book. We're this much closer to bedtime. He might not find bedtime as exciting, but I'm super stoked. So that one I don't need to fake as much. And then I'm also going to provide it immediately. I'm going to try not to take like a potty break or a water break or something right now. I'm going to honor that he waited to, for those books to be done, and that it's my turn to model those same expectations of listening to a story and to listen to him read the story now too. So that's just an example that I have of what it might look like. And again, I think about this in the mindfulness, in being mindful of this, I think about the context of the past and present and future as I'm shifting and transitioning from activity to activity through our schedule. So I am thinking about how next is bedtime, and I am thinking about ways of branching that bedtime and keeping that balance happening between the task demands, the sort of things that he might not want to do that I'm presenting there, and the things that can be fun and keep our energy and momentum going towards the schedule and the things that we need to do. So that's all that I have. I hope that 3x3 is something that you can think about, really packaging your schedule and moving through it in a, even if you have to fake it till you make it, in a genuinely positive or optimistic way. So, be grateful for what's going on, even if what's going on is a whole lot of stress as you navigate this October slump. And thank you so much for taking the time to engage in these behavior bits with me. I wanted to leave with a quote: great things never come from comfort zones. So think about that as you enjoy the rest of your October.